Hi guys, this is Karen. I was taking a shower. As you can see, my hair's still wet. And I wanted to talk about dermatology. I had problems with my skin, as does my husband. We both get skin cancer, and I have a lot of things growing on me because of my Hungarian DNA. And some of them have to be removed, some of them are fine. Sorry about my hair, my DNA hadn't worked very well there. But problem is that I can't find a good dermatologist in the Birmingham area, and I've been to many of them, and also my husband has too. With the cancers, they've done a decent job. We're not dying, but they really tore up my face. I have one, let's see if I can get it close enough. It's never really healed right in here. It keeps coming back and having little bumps. Maybe you can see it. That little scab there keeps coming back. I had that removed a long time ago. I have no makeup, sorry. I'm not a very attractive person anyway, but without makeup, whoo! Anyway, I'm going to tell you what. I have like a cyst between my thighs. It's very high. It's almost up to my underwear, but not quite. And I was taking a bath back in, I think it was 2003, so that's been 22 years. And I was washing and I felt it, and it scared me. I thought I had cancer. So I got dressed and I rushed to the emergency room. The surgeon took me in, and he put shots around it so it didn't hurt. And he worked on it, cut for quite a while. He said he got a lot of stuff out of it. Told me it wasn't cancerous. Said it was, akin to a pimple, I guess. But it was pretty big. Well, over the years now, it just keeps coming back and coming back. It never even leaves now, but it just gets bigger. It tends to get bigger in the summer. I guess it swells up, but it is almost the size of my fist. And now when I go on cruises and I put on my bathing suit, I mean, you can see that. When I was fat, you couldn't see it too well because I had fat on my legs anyway. Now that I've lost the weight, it kind of looks like a scrotum. I'm sorry, but that's what it looks like if you look at it. And so I'm going to tell you that after going to the emergency room, then I went to my regular dermatologist. It was a lady. And every time I go in and have checkups, which is every 6 months, she would pull my pants down. It's very embarrassing. I didn't really want anything inside of my underpants because I can see what's going on there. But she checked that and said it was nothing. So I had my husband go with me the next time, and she pulled my pants down again. So I decided I didn't want to go to her anymore. And so I went to another dermatologist. My husband and I both went. And this was a guy. He's the one that took this off. My husband had melanoma. And he was digging and digging on him. And, I mean, my husband survived and everything. He did fine, but he really, really dug. He told us that, I forgot what his job was, but it had nothing to do with medicine. And he decided when he got to be in his 40s that he wanted to be a dermatologist. So he went back to college and took it up. And I guess he does an okay job. I don't even know where he is now, but he was checking me. And all of a sudden he threw a blanket over me and said that I had a melanoma, he thought. And he started digging. I couldn't see, but that's where he dug, and that's on my temple, which scares me because my friend's husband got a melanoma there and he died within 6 months. But then he told me that it wasn't a melanoma, but it was a squamous, or I've had 2 different kinds. But anyway, we really didn't like the way he did it. Our scars are really, really bad. And again, I say he did a good job getting it out, but as a surgeon, he wasn't too good. Um, so then I went to a lady that was recommended by my um, general practitioner in Birmingham. And this lady was probably in her late 60s, maybe early 70s, and this is obviously, way up in almost in my groin. And instead of her having me sit on a table, she had like a little milking chair with little short legs about this high, and she put it on the ground and she had me sit down on that. And granted, I could get down there all right, but she had to bend way over, go down into my thigh area, give me some shots. She said it would deaden it, but she didn't cut it out. What she did was inject some kind of serum in there, and she said that within a week or two, all that would be um, just gone, would dissolve. Wrong. Then my husband was at a dermatologist, and I was at the same one. And while they were working on him, one of her um, assistants came over and was talking to me, and I told her about what I had, and she looked and she said, "Oh, that's just like the same thing as a pimple." She said, "It's just a cyst," and she said, "It'll just eventually break and go away." Well, it's been 22 years and it hasn't broken yet. When you squeeze on it, it's like a ball. It fills up my hand, and when I squeeze with my fingers, I can find 3 individual round cores, like about maybe that big, inside of this big, huge thing. Okay, so I'm sure that it is a cyst of some sort, but I don't want to live with this till I die. It's kind of embarrassing now that I'm thinner, because when I'm wearing shorts or bathing suits, you can see it. Okay, so I'm trying to think. Then we went to another one. So the ones we're going to now are in the same group as the lady that would pull my pants down. So I didn't like her technique. So we're going to my husband's doctor. Their technique, he's very good, but you sit in a chair and he has 4 assistants, and each one of them has a computer. They're, I guess they're still in college. And they're all doing all their stuff. Nobody's really even looking at you. And then he goes over to you, and you can't really talk to him because he's talking to them the whole time. And if you tell him about something, he just kind of doesn't pay attention. And all of a sudden, he'll say, "Okay," and they're all 5 of them go over you. One is in the front and the back of the right side. One is in the front and the back. One's in the front of the right. One is in the back of the right. One is in the front of the left. One is in the back of the left. And one's working on your head. Because I have some of those little things. I guess they're moles, or I don't know what they are. But anyway, and you can't talk, and they work so fast, and they're done just like in about 30 seconds. They're shh, 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 look at this one, shh, 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 and all of a sudden they're done. And I'm trying to tell them that this was done a long time ago, and it keeps coming back. And while I'm telling them, it just goes shh, shh, shh. So of course it scabs up, and then I end up with a little crust again, and it's still scabby. Now, this, I fell at Buc-ee's, and I got a cut. And I was bleeding very badly. My husband took me to the hospital, and I thought, well, sure, they're going to sew it up. The doctor here in Pell City at the emergency room said, "I don't want to sew that up because you'll have what was it, a V? A Z. Okay, I guess there's a Zorro or something." She said it would leave a Z. So she just put some butterfly bandages on. Well, I have a big scar, and look how every time I lift up my eyebrows, you see that big old thing. I didn't care if I had a little Z. I'm old. Besides, when my hair's done, sometimes it covers it up, my bangs. So now I've been to a total of 5 dermatologists since 2003, and some of them I've been to many times. I'm just unhappy with them. 2 of them were at the same place. The other 3 were one was independent, one was at St. Vincent's Hospital in Birmingham, and one was, I'm trying to think, I don't know, but they're all in Birmingham. I haven't tried anybody in Pell City. Maybe I should. Well, the surgeon that originally cut into there didn't get the cores out. He was in Pell City. But if anybody in the Birmingham area has a good dermatologist, would you please put it on a little note on here? And if you think this is weird that I've gone through this, go ahead and tell me. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. My husband thought I was being kind of picky, but after the 3rd one, he kind of agreed that I had a problem. But I don't think he's as picky as me because he just puts up with it. And he has had several skin cancers, and several have been melanoma. I've never had melanoma. I've had squamous, and what's the other one? No, carcinoma means cancer. Squamous and something, I can't remember. Anyway, I hate being like this, and I have insurance and it pays for it, but I just don't like having scabs on my face all the time that don't ever heal. And this thing up here, having scars, that was not a dermatologist. That was just a regular doctor at the emergency room, which I don't expect too much out of them because they're usually still going to school. And I'm sorry for the way I look, but I wanted to talk to you while I could think about it. And now I'm 11 minutes and 59 seconds, 58 seconds, 59 seconds, 12 minutes. It's hard for me to talk fast. I'm sorry. Well, I do talk fast, but I have a lot to say. Anyway, thanks a lot. Crazy Karen signing off. Bye-bye.